Welcome to Fine Woodworking News for March 1st, 2023. I'm Ben Strano, and this is in my shop for shellac people. Promise. All right, let's get started. There's a lot of cool stuff to go over today. First off, Woodshop News is telling us about Axiom Precision's new spoil board system that they're offering. It's EVA foam, which is super interesting. It's like floor mat material. Very thick, grippy floor mat material that is not going to mess up a blade if you cut into it. This sounds like a perfect spoil board for CNCs. I guess the only downside is you can't just cut a whole bunch anytime you need at the table saw. A viewer wrote in and said that we should talk about the Pocket Mill Pro loose tenon system from Jessam, and I totally agree. This is super cool. I think I heard about it a long time ago, but basically it is like a drill-driven loose tenon cutter. You mount the cutter in your drill and it goes in this jig and it automatically drops down 50 thousandths of an inch every time it goes back and forth. It's super cool. This is awesome. It is not cheap by any means. It's $350, but compared to other loose tenon systems, this is a third the cost. Something to be on the lookout for. This might be right up a lot of people's alley. I think it's a super cool thing. The Furniture Society has announced their conference in New Orleans, June 8th through 10th. If you're a Furniture Society member, definitely check it out. New Orleans is an incredible place to be. So that sounds like fun, geeking out about furniture and woodworking in New Orleans. Game on. Microjig has announced their Gripper 2 Go. Yeah, so it's basically a simplified version of their grippers, but it's not just a push block. It's a smart push block, I guess, or it's a push block that helps you be smart. One problem that I've always had with store-bought push blocks is they can be kind of precious to a user. You don't want to use them because you're afraid you're going to mess them up. And I have a gripper, the original gripper. I use it. It's not a daily thing for me. I use it when I need it, when it helps me make a cut I can't otherwise make. But this is super cool because you put the little sticker on your ruler and that has a color coding system that corresponds with what side and where to hold the push block. So it's a precious, cool push block that helps you keep from ruining it. And I think that's super cool. These push blocks are awesome. Anything that's going to make people feel more confident and safe at their table saw and other machinery, game on. Super cool product. $29.99, link below. Okay, hang on. I know it's a pepper mill turning kit. There's no news here, Ben. There is news here. First off, I didn't know that pepper mills can be combined with salt shakers. This is like, why is this mind-blowing to me? I'm sure these have existed for decades and I've just never seen them. That's super cool to me. But this is a cool kit. But I'm going to tell you right now, there was a mind-blowing part of this video. Look at this. They drill the hole and then they use a sanding drum, a rubber sanding drum, and chuck that up into the lathe. I audibly gasped when I saw that. My son and I have been making, we're super cool, so we've been making wooden lightsabers. And we have always had a hard time drilling that hole after we've done our turning. Now, I have a way around that. But if you're a turner, this is a cool kit. Infinity nails it. In our experience, even super simple turning projects seem to blow the minds of non-woodworkers. Absolutely. So here you go. $9.90, a pepper mill turning kit. You'll be the head of a party someday. Woodpeckers. Last week I should have mentioned this. I forgot about it, but their mini indexable system, combo square, double square, protractor head and centering head, just like you've come to expect out of Woodpecker. Super feature rich tools and just in a smaller form factor. Super cool. I can see this being right up a lot of people's alleys if you're really, really into being precise with your measurements. Another thing from Woodpeckers, and they're coming out with like a new router bit every week now. but this is super cool. It is a solid carbide track clamp T-slot bit. So we talked about their T-track clamp table a few weeks ago, and now they're selling the bit so you can make your own version of it. It not only does the recess and the slot for the T-track, it also does a chamfer on the top. Really, really cool. Priced at $60. Veritas has come in with 3 rules to rule them all. These look like beefy aluminum extrusion shop rules. They're available in imperial and metric and imperial/metric versions, and they have sets of a variety of different sizes that you can get for a discount, and they're available individually as well. Also from Lee Valley, I saw they have a folding Dozuki saw that is super cool. I could see this going in many a toolbox around the world. And Veritas is selling the handled version of the AccuBurr burnisher. We've been seeing these all over the place. I have one. I love it. I don't have the handled version. I don't think that they're carrying just the individual rod if you want to make your own handles. And speaking of AccuBurr, Heartwood Tools is now carrying the AccuBurr card scraper, which is Union's card scraper. It is 1095 spring steel where the edges, the long edges have been surface ground. They should be ready to go. File it, hone it, AccuBurr it. You're good to go. And someone wrote in about Honey Brook Tools and Woodworks. It looks like a boutique hand tool maker. Looks like really nice stuff. But there was one thing in particular that made me really curious, and that is Honey Brook marking gauge. This might be a best of both worlds scenario. Big, beefy head that's not round, that's not going to roll around your bench, and a wheel style cutter like you find on the Type Mark and Veritas marking gauges, all sorts of things. Kind of cool. I could see this being on my wall one day. I love wheel style marking gauges, but I love my Bob Van Dyke marking gauge with the big head. And this is seemingly everything I want in a marking gauge. So super cool to see that. honeybrookTools.com. And now that we're talking about marking gauges, you know what? Marking gauges. Call them marking gauges. I saw someone correct somebody else for calling a marking gauge a marking gauge. They said, that's a cutting gauge, FYI. You know what? Screw it. All of the manufacturers call them marking gauges. Yes, they cut the wood. I don't care. You want to call it a cutting gauge? You can call it cutting gauge. Don't correct other people for calling them marking gauges. All right, well, that about does it for this week's woodworking news. I want to let everyone know about Taunton's e-learning series. If you are looking to really learn SketchUp, head on over to findwoodworking.com/e-learning and sign up for our upcoming class with Dave Richards. It is, I believe, a 5 or 6 week class. He's going to take you through everything you need to know about really using SketchUp to its full potential, not just drawing a box. He's going to be teaching you how to draw joinery, how to model offsets, how to scale things. Dave is a master. I'm very comfortable at SketchUp, and that's only because I learned everything I know from Dave Richards. So head on over to findwoodworking.com/e-learning and check out our SketchUp class that is starting soon. All right, we'll see you next week. If I missed anything you think I should be covering, shoot me an email at woodworkingnews@taunton.com, or even better, leave a comment below, start a conversation, be a part of the conversation. All right, have a good week, y'all.